Most people never realize they are being controlled until the damage is already done. It starts quietly, softly, almost innocently. Someone compliments you a little too perfectly. Someone asks you for a favor at the exact moment your guard is down. Someone pushes you to make a quick decision before you've even had a chance to breathe. And before you know it, you are not reacting from logic anymore, you are reacting from emotion. That's how dark psychology works. Not with force, not with threats, but with subtle mental pressure that feels like your own thoughts. Let me take you into a small story. Imagine you meet someone, a friend, a coworker, maybe even a relative, who seems warm, understanding, and supportive. At first, you feel lucky. They always know what to say. They validate your opinions. They make you comfortable. Then one day you say no to something small. Maybe you can't help them with a task. Maybe you don't pick up a call. And suddenly, their warmth cools. Their tone shifts. Their compliments disappear. You feel guilty even though you didn't do anything wrong. And without realizing it, you step into one of the oldest psychological traps ever invented. This isn't manipulation from the movies. It's everyday manipulation, the kind people don't talk about because it doesn't look dramatic. It looks normal, familiar, even loving. And that's exactly why it works. In this video, we are going to break open the psychology behind these influence tactics: guilt tripping, urgency pressure, flattery traps, emotional blackmail, and 3 more tactics that most people fall for without ever realizing it. But this isn't about teaching you how to use these tricks. It's about exposing them, so that when someone tries to sway your decisions, you instantly feel the shift. You recognize the pattern. You protect your space. By the end of this journey, you'll learn the difference between genuine care and emotional manipulation. You'll understand why certain people are able to make you doubt your choices, rush your decisions, and question your worth. And most importantly, you'll learn how to defend yourself, peacefully, confidently, and without losing your humanity. This video isn't just information. It's clarity. And once you see these tricks for what they are, you can't unsee them. Your emotional radar gets sharper. Your boundaries get stronger. And you stop letting guilt, pressure, or false affection make choices for you. So if you've ever walked away from a conversation feeling confused, drained, or strangely responsible for someone else's emotions, this is your moment. Because what you're about to learn may not only protect you but also help someone you care about. Let's begin with the first tactic. If dark psychology were a toolbox, guilt tripping would be the first tool inside it. It's simple, powerful, and scarily effective. A guilt trip doesn't look like manipulation. It looks like disappointment. It sounds like, "I thought you would understand," or "I guess I just expected more from you," or "After everything I've done for you." These phrases appear soft, emotional, almost harmless. But behind them lies a calculated push, a push designed to make you choose their needs over your own. Picture this. You have a long day ahead. Tasks, deadlines, maybe exams. Suddenly, someone close to you asks for a favor, something you genuinely can't do right now. You say, "Not today." And instead of a simple, "Okay," they sigh. Or they go silent. Or they say, "It's fine, I'll manage somehow," in a tone that makes your stomach twist. Suddenly, you are not thinking about your workload anymore. You are thinking about their feelings, their disappointment, their silence. And without even meaning to, you start bending. The psychology behind this is ancient. Humans are wired to avoid guilt because guilt feels like a threat to belonging. When someone makes us feel responsible for their emotional state, we panic internally. Our mind thinks we are losing connection. So we submit. Not out of love, but out of fear of letting someone down. The second trick is the urgency trap. This is where someone creates pressure by forcing you to make a quick decision. They might say, "Decide now, offer ends tonight," or, "If you don't act immediately, you'll regret it." This works because your brain stops thinking logically when it feels rushed. The analytical part shuts down, and the emotional part takes over. You've seen this everywhere, from salesmen to relatives planning events to friends pushing you into commitments. If someone doesn't want you to think, it's because thinking would reveal the truth. The way to protect yourself is surprisingly simple: pause. Even a 5-second pause can break the spell. Guilt loses its grip when you remind yourself that emotions are not obligations. Urgency collapses the moment you refuse to rush. Awareness is the shield. And once you start seeing the pattern, you stop falling for it. Now let's move to 2 of the most deceptively dangerous tricks. Flattery is not manipulation by default. But when flattery has timing, that's when it becomes a weapon. A manipulator praises you not because they admire you, but because they want something. And they want you softened before they ask. Imagine someone telling you, "You're the only one I trust, you are so smart, I only come to you," or "No one understands me like you." These compliments feel good. They lower your guard. They activate your self-esteem. And then, when the request comes, "Can you do this for me?" you feel like saying no would break the charm. This trick works because your brain links praise with responsibility. You want to maintain the good image they painted. But in reality, you are being emotionally positioned. The next trick is emotional blackmail, one of the most toxic forms of psychological influence. This is when someone says or implies that if you don't do what they want, something bad will happen emotionally. If you really cared, you do this, I guess I don't matter to you, or this relationship will change if you refuse. This tactic works because it attacks your deepest values, loyalty, empathy, affection. It makes you choose between your boundaries and the relationship itself. But here's the truth people rarely admit. If someone uses your love against you, it was never love from their side. To defend yourself, you have to separate emotion from obligation. You can care about someone without surrendering to emotional pressure. You can empathize without obeying. You can love without losing yourself. Real connection survives boundaries. Manipulation doesn't. Now let's uncover the final 3 tricks, the ones most people overlook. The 5th dark psychology trick is shifting responsibility. This is when someone makes their mistakes seem like yours. If they forget something, you should have reminded them. If they behave poorly, you made them angry. If they fail at something, you could have helped. This tactic drains your confidence because you feel guilty for things that aren't even yours to carry. The 6th trick is selective silence, withdrawing affection, communication, or attention to create anxiety. The manipulator knows silence can be louder than words. When someone disappears emotionally the moment you assert yourself, that's not coincidence. That's control. And finally, the 7th trick, conditional affection. This is when love, kindness, or warmth is given only when you behave the way they prefer, and taken away when you don't. This turns relationships into performance. You stop being yourself and start being what keeps the peace. These 3 tricks can break a person from the inside, but only if they remain hidden. Once you recognize them, you take back your power. The way you defend yourself is by creating emotional distance, observing patterns instead of excuses, and reminding yourself, someone else's reaction is not your responsibility. Now let's close everything together. The hardest part of dark psychology is not escaping it, it's realizing it's happening. Manipulators don't arrive with warnings. They arrive with warmth. They don't threaten you. They comfort you. They don't show control. They build it slowly, silently, piece by piece, inside your emotions. But the moment you learn to recognize guilt trips, urgency traps, flattery tricks, emotional pressure, shifting responsibility, silent treatment, and conditional affection, something shifts inside you. You feel the fog lifting. You stop blaming yourself. You stop apologizing for things you didn't do. You stop rushing into decisions that don't feel right. You stop confusing emotional pressure with loyalty. And above all, you start trusting your intuition again. Your intuition is the alarm system no manipulator wants you to hear. And now, that alarm is awake. As you move forward, remember this: awareness is not cynicism. Understanding manipulation doesn't make you cold, it makes you wise. It makes you safer. It helps you build healthier relationships, stronger boundaries, and a clearer sense of who deserves your energy. And now I want to turn the question to you. Have you ever experienced any of these 7 tactics, even subtly, from someone in your life? A friend? A partner? A coworker? A family member? Share your experience in the comments. You might help someone realize the truth they've been avoiding. Because once you understand dark psychology, no one can secretly control you again.